What's good, guys, and welcome to today's video. We're actually in the car and I just finished doing all of the hoodie orders for Yoshio Factory and then also some orders for the SAMMIT merch. You guys are killing it right now. Thank you so much for all of your support, and if you haven't grabbed any of the new SAMMIT merch stickers and flight tags and the really cool air fresheners just like this one, links down in the description. First link, go hit that, go smash that and get yourself some epic SAMMIT merch. Every single one, like thing, I can't speak, but every single thing that you guys grab actually helps me out a lot. So all of that aside, also the like button also helps, so smash that. Anyways, all of that aside, unfortunately yesterday, after I sent all the logs to Darren and he went through everything, there's still a fueling issue, 100%. It's better, but it's not fixed. So at this point, we did a few more troubleshooting and things like that, and everything's pointing at the regulator right now. But I am so done with it. I'm gonna go see my buddies at Tomei right now. I'm gonna get a regulator and a fuel pump, and we're gonna fix it right away. They're amazing dudes, so we're just gonna go there, see what they're up to, and they'll hook us up and sort it out. And then from there, we then should be all G. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna make an Aoba-Ku tomorrow because it just isn't set up and working. But as long as we can make the drift competition, I'll be happy. So let's get that done. Longest intro ever, I'm sorry. Just got the Tomei powered here in Japan. Looking at their goodies on display. Nice little stroker kit there for a 2J, and the new oil pan sump setup for the 1J, I think, and the 2J, I believe. The good old SR titanium one. Bunch of other goodies, all their turbo kits. Actually, this 1J turbo kit looks really good. The cast manifold and everything. One day, when I eventually get a JZX 100, maybe I will go with that kit, I think. I like it. Just simple. Anyways, let's go see if they've got what we need. It is so dark, it's ridiculous. It's only 5 p.m, the weather's been junk today, raining on and off. We're gonna come down here to the little pickup room here and get some parts that they got for me to help solving my fuel issues. And what turned into me just coming to get some parts turned into a full-on meeting. So I've been here for a little bit now, but let's get that new fuel pressure regulator and a pump. We're now inside in the Tomei warehouse. He's packing the stuff for me right now. And over here, this is where they do a bit of engine work. There's some cool stuff on the shelves here. I think this is a Datsun A-series motor. This was on display, I think, at the Nismo Festival. It's good to see it up close with all the carburetors mounted on there. Very nice. And then here's a couple A-series blocks. They got the boring plates on there so that everything's torqued to spec with a head gasket before they bore it out, right? That way all the tolerances and everything are perfect. So if anyone bores out a block and doesn't have one of these, torque plates I think they're called, they don't really know what they're doing, I guess. A bunch of cool stuff. Look at all the head gaskets there and all the different torque plates on the shelf there for different series engines that they all work on. It'd be super cool if one day we can do a full Tomei build through these guys and just be able to film the entire process. But right now he's working on an RB head. Looks like a 26 head. Very cool. RB Niroku desu ka?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so RB 26 head. Very cool. So this is super cool. You guys might recognize this 34. This is Nomuken's old D1 competition car that he's now given to his son to compete in D1 with. And it's here at Tomei because they're building, doing a full Tomei engine build for it, for the 2JZ obviously. There's no RB in this thing, unfortunately, but super cool. Look how wide the rear fenders are. It's insane. Link powered as well, just like what I like to see. Love my Link stuff. This thing's so cool. For a 4-door, it's hard for me to ignore how cool this thing is. It's definitely very, very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So the engine's all out of this right now. Oh geez, look what they did to the fenders there. Engine's all out of this, getting rebuilt right now, prepared for the new season. But how cool is that? This is just chilling here in the workshop here, getting built. It's gonna be exciting to see this thing competing in next year. All right, let's pile in the car. There we go, we got the goods, lads. The guys here at Tomei are always hooking it up for me. I seriously can't thank them enough. They've always looked out for me. Whenever I need something, they've always got it in stock for me and I just rock up, they sort me out right away. Also, if you guys are needing any Tomei parts, I'll leave a link in the description. Get yourself some, because if you don't know, there's actually a big difference between Tomei USA and Tomei Japan. They're not affiliated at all. So it kind of sucks because Tomei USA sells the products and people just assume it's a Japanese company and Japanese parts, but it's actually not, completely different. So if ever you guys are after Tomei parts, make sure that the person you're getting them from, or the company you're getting them from, that they're actually the Tomei powered Japan parts, not USA. Anyways, enough with that, let's get on with the vlog. So we're torn with a really, really hard decision right now. Should I stop into Up Garage or not? Does one simply go to a place next door to Up Garage and not duck in? Because this is literally Up Garage right here. Tomei is literally on the other side over there, so as you go back to the main road, you literally pass it. They're literally like next door to each other. Oh, this is a hard decision. Okay, no, we're pulling in. I gotta have a quick look. So this is an old 31 Passage GT. The rear quarter panel's seen some dents. Oh, he nearly stalled it. He's heading off now, but very cool. Man, that's sick. Man, like, this is insane. It's little Volkswagens here, but with huge Porsche brakes. See, that's the kind of stuff that I love about Japan. It's a Volkswagen. Oh, it's left-hand drive, so it's imported too. That's cool. But who anywhere else in the world would spend all that money and put those Porsche brakes on there? No one, right? But here in Japan, it's a thing. Anyways, let's cruise over here real quick. It's JZX 100. It's an R34 4-door with some Wang game. A Zenki S14. Man, I'm so glad we stopped at Up Garage. See, I'm such a fan of the tint on the lights on the 34 lights. They look so good. Yeah, we may need to do that to mine. That Wang game. Very cool. Oh, nice Liberty Walk sticker too. S14's really clean. Some Advent Onis too. That's actually really dope. Over here we got a 33. Which is good to see. Looks like they're doing some work on it. They let you work on your cars and do head unit swaps and stuff like that in the car parks here at Up Garage. They're really nice like that. We'll let those guys get to it. But still, how cool is that Volkswagen with like $8,000 brakes on it? Absolutely awesome, right? Let's head inside, see what we can find. So we're in the engine and transmission section, which I love coming to because you find things here sometimes that are like just hilarious but also good to know. Full block for a B18 here. B18C. I don't know if that's a sought after block, but that's kind of cool. It kind of looks like it's in fairly good condition. The cylinder walls don't look damaged or anything like that. That's cool. And then here, it's a B16A block, still with pistons and everything, and it looks like it's in relatively good condition. I don't see any damage. Like, I'd obviously have to look at it in more detail, but that looks like it's in good condition. So there you go. B16 and B18 blocks. It's kind of cool. Anyways, these seem to be the only bride reclinables, cheap bride reclinables they have here. They're like $100 a pop, but this is definitely going to hurt May for sure. So we're not going to get those. Oh, what's this? What's this? Transmission from a Prius. Yeah, we don't need that. All right, so we had our quick look and we saw some cool stuff, but nothing that I wanted to buy. And I didn't want to walk around for ages looking for probably things that aren't there that I think might be there. And, you know, because you can spend hours in that place and just still look at the same stuff over and over. Anyways, I just want to get home and get this stuff switched out and sorted out as quickly as I can, because tomorrow I want this car to be dialed in. And I'm sick of having fuel issues. Once again, I thought my car was unlocked, but my car keys somewhere in my back pocket. I don't know. So let's head home and get this sorted. But before we do, let's look at the goods really quickly. Oh yeah. Got ourselves a Tomei Universal. Oh, thanks car, thanks Skyline. Let's put those lights back on. Universal 255 litre per hour fuel pump. Everything we need to get that thing in there and running and working. And then this little box here, fuel pressure regulator. Brand spanking new, genuine, the real deal. Hopefully it sorts out all of our issues. Oh yeah, look at that. Don't forget guys, get your SAMMIT merch. Get yourself a nice SAMMIT flight tag. They're literally epic, super high quality. They look amazing. Also, get yourself an air freshener. Smells like cherries. Makes your car that extra bit cherry. So place your bets now. Do you think it's the fuel pressure regulator or the fuel pump? I'm gonna change the regulator first, see what the difference is, and then from there obviously we'll either be changing the fuel pump or we'll be all golden. So let's see if any of you guys guessed correctly in the comment section. The issue is definitely something pump related or fuel delivery related. It's not letting me wind it up above 3 bar of boost. And listen to how weird this prime sounds now. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll do it one more time. It sounds like something's wrong with the pickup hose, because normally it just sounds like fuel is spraying back into the tank. That's what it sounds like. So I'm going to take the pump out and have a look at it and inspect it. It just sucks though, because I know this thing pretty much has a full tank of gas, so this is not going to be fun. And I'm going to have to remove the strut bar there to get to everything, and just remove everything out of the boot. This is definitely not the funnest experience. It's also like 8 PM, so I can't be too loud. We don't want the police to rock up here again with another noise complaint. So about an hour's gone past, and I've completely pulled and replaced my Nismo fuel pump with a brand new Tomei fuel pump. Nismo one's down there on the ground. We're going to put this in, and hopefully that solves all of my fuel pressure issues and we have no more problems. Hopefully. So an update for you guys, kind of out testing the car right now. I've got the new pump in, and fuel pressure is really good actually. So we may have seen a difference there, but I'm not gonna say 100% it's fixed yet until I get to my destination. We're actually I'm moving the car to Don Quixote's car park, where I'm gonna work on it there. It's an undercover car park, lots of lighting, they're open 24 hours. They've got a lot of stuff that I can use, like, you know, I need to get some zip ties and electrical connectors and stuff like that to then relay the fuel pump and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. Doing some data logging as well, making changes to the tune on the fly. Obviously we've got a lot more fuel pressure than I previously did as well, once again, so we've got to work on it. But anyways, here's the Mega Don Quixote. I'm gonna pull in, start figuring this thing out, because I am so sick of it, it's not funny right now. And I just want this thing to get fixed tonight, so that then we can make the competition the next day. It seems like I'm still dealing with the same issue. I can't get this thing to wind up and bring the fuel pressure any higher than 300 kPa. And I don't know, I'm just stumped. I'm really stumped. I don't understand what's going on. Replace the fuel pump, replace the regulator. Doesn't seem like there's any blockages anywhere. We've got a new fuel filter. I mean, unless like that fuel filter's gotten clogged again, which I really, really doubt it. So yeah, I don't know what else it could be. The only thing I'm thinking of is let's just relay the pump right now since we're here. Elbo's here as well, working on his car, putting a rear strut brace in. It's, there he is. It's literally the only thing left to do is put a relay on the positive side of that fuel pump, because that's the only thing it could be. So yeah, and the other issue as well is like I set this thing to 300 kPa with no vacuum source. I add vacuum source and it only goes down about 20 kPa, but my engine's pulling about 70 kPa vacuum, -70, so we should see it drop -70. We're not seeing that. So it's really like confusing the hell out of me what's going on. Hopefully it's just something simple. Hopefully this relay fixes it, but it does look like it's still a fuel delivery issue. So guess we'll relay the pump. That's the only trick up my sleeve I got left now. Let's do that. Okay, so an update for you guys, and you can probably tell by my voice, I'm very happy. I figured it out, and it was the simplest thing you could imagine. So I did end up doing the relay in the back. I wired all of that in, got the relay up in here now. It's hard to see, but you can see all the wires kind of going up and in there. And it didn't solve the problem, and I literally was like, I have no idea what else it could be, unless there's something wrong with my fuel lines, like if they're crushed or clogged or something like that, right? So then what I did was I sat down and I took a moment to just breathe and think through all the data that we had. Meanwhile, I was eating some Haribo gummy bears and I broke a tooth. So that even triggered me even more. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to the dentist now. Like I literally broke it in two. And then that aside, I was just thinking, and I was like, what if the calibration's wrong in the ECU for the sensor? That would make a lot of sense. That would make it explained so many things. And then I was like, I can't believe we've been looking at regulators, fuel pumps, wiring, and all that kind of stuff when it could just be an issue with the calibration. So I jumped in the ECU and I looked at the calibration settings for the pressure sensor. And I was like, okay, it kind of looks okay, but let's just double check on the Bosch's website. And I checked on the Bosch's website and they had a little calibration graph there and it was so wrong. So long story short, I recalibrated the sensor and set it all up from, you know, when the graph said on the Bosch website that 0 kPa is read at, which is 0.5 volts, and then all the way to 1000 kPa at 4.5 volts. And then all of a sudden, I saved those settings and we're actually running the car at like 600 kPa fuel pressure, which finally makes sense why my idle was so messed up and why everything was so crazy rich, because we were putting in 6 bar of freaking fuel pressure, double what it needs. And then I was like, okay, cool. So we wound it back down with the reg with no vacuum source, right? And I set it to, I got it about, as close to 300 as I could. I got it to 304, right, kPa. Gave it a vacuum source and it dropped exactly 70 kPa, which is exactly what this car idles at, negative 70 kPa vacuum. So we finally have the fuel pressure situation sorted out. It was literally just wrong calibration settings. These things happen, and it's always the simplest things that drive you insane. This is gonna be one hell of a video. Like literally, it's gonna be long. But on the plus side, do you guys like the Don Quixote theme song that just keeps playing over and over again in this car park? Also, Elbow's gone, and our friend with the AE86 rocked up, but I was so in my zone trying to figure this out that I didn't film any of it. But anyways, so now we have that sorted out. I'm gonna go for a cruise, do some logging, and see if my differential fuel pressure is still fluctuating like crazy. Because previously, because of the wrong settings, what would be like only 1 kPa would look like it was 50 kPa. So yeah, the settings are so far off. Anyways, that's that. I think it's actually my fault. I think I sent initially the wrong graph to Darren when he set it up for me. So my bad. But anyways, simplest thing, just a calibration setting change and we're all good. But on the plus side, we got a new fuel pump in there. We got a new fuel regulator, and we also earthed out the pump and put a really nice 40 amp relay on that as well. So I mean, we pretty much upgraded our fuel system without even needing to because of a miscalibration setting. So anyways, if any of you guys do want one of these Tomei fuel pressure regulators, I do have my other one, which is totally fine, it turns out now. So if any of you guys are interested in getting one of these off me, I'll sell it to you for 50 bucks. First person to PayPal me and DM me on Instagram gets it. And maybe the Nismo fuel pump, I'll sell that to one of you guys too. So DM me if you're interested, guys. So back home now, and man, what a long day. Literally insane. But the best thing is it seems like we've finally solved all of our fueling issues, which probably weren't even issues to begin with, just because I stuffed up with the calibration settings. These things happen. But I'm trying to look at things from the positive side of things, so let's go through everything. We technically just upgraded my fuel system. Yes, we spent a tiny bit of money on some things and new parts and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we have new fuel lines, obviously just the end-to-end lines. I'm not talking about like the new metal lines under the car. Those have not changed, but got some fresh fuel lines on there. We've got brand new fuel filter. That definitely needed to be replaced. That was definitely holding up some pressure. We got a new fuel pressure regulator, so that's not going to give us any problems anytime soon. We've got a brand new fuel pump. That's not going to give us any problems anytime soon. And then obviously we grounded out the pump, and we also put a relay on there to direct voltage from the battery. So that's also that's just upgrading and giving the pump full voltage, which means better pressure as well. So at the end of the day, we only just upgraded the fuel system and made it better, which is good. And the second thing is, we also learned how to calibrate fuel pressure sensors correctly. So at the end of the day, we learned a lot. I'm wrecked. It's literally 3 a.m. right now. The moment I got home from fixing the car, I packed all the orders from you guys who have purchased merch recently. So thank you very much to all of you guys that are supporting me with that. If you want to get yourself some sick SAMMIT merch, like some slap stickers, key rings, and flight tags, as well as air fresheners, top link in the description there, as well as if you want to double support me in what I do. What actually really helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting my videos out there to more and more people who will see it and then subscribe is to like and leave a comment on the videos. I know that's like an empty thing that a lot of people just say in their videos, but it actually does help. So if you guys are looking to do something to help the channel grow or anything like that, that is your job. That is what you need to do. That's what you need to ace, like and comment. Anyways, with that aside, guys, thank you so much if you've watched all the way to the end here. I love you all. I'm just happy that this fuel issue is most likely solved, and tomorrow we'll find out for sure when Darren looks at the logs, but from what I can see in comparison, it looks good, and hopefully tomorrow we can actually get things dialed in, and I will make the drift competition this weekend with the Skyline. So with that, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe again, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace out. Ciao, mata.